is it okay to make money out of the things that, that you're passionate about or you're having purpose? Because I've also seen people do that too, where they go, well, I don't feel right to make money out of this because it's, it should be giving back to the community, or should be giving back to the world, or giving back to I shouldn't be actually making money out of this. And so there's also that angle too, because people feel there's a guilt element associated with making money out of something you are passionate about that might be good for the world.
So this is big, because if people feel that in order to do something good, that's somehow giving back, that implies that everything that they've done so far has been taking. Now, that to me isn't even a remotely sustainable idea of business. I mean, if you see your business as taking from the world at some level, regardless of the fact that I'm sure it's not, because you must give in order to receive, you must supply service or product or whatever in order to be paid for it. But if that's your perception of what you've been doing, that's what's going on inside your head, and then doing something good is giving back. It's almost like the world's the wrong way round. It would make far more sense that you do something good in order to be paid, and then you probably wouldn't need to do the taking bit at the end, because you would have already been rewarded anyhow. But that shows there's a deep contradiction in that thing about giving back, which I feel every time I hear people talk about giving back. It's like, what on earth are you talking about giving back? Like, why not give? For sure, give if you want to, but what's this about giving back?
Yeah, it's really interesting that you start to talk about that and frame it that particular way. I see it a lot with not-for-profit organisations that are conflicted constantly around the concept of making a profit and making money. And where I've sat on, boards and advised boards in not-for-profit space, they're always conflicted around making money and doing what they do, which is meant to be for the benefit of the community or whoever they're serving as a membership. And so, I'm forever talking to them about saying it's actually okay to make money doing this, because it actually allows you to sustain what you're doing for the good. And so I think the concept of profit for purpose is a good one, instead of saying a not-for-profit. I used to joke and say it's not for loss either, so stop trying to make a loss from that point of view as well. So, but you're right in terms of, so I see that's where it really plays out a lot in terms of, but in business, this concept of a give back. And look, I've been guilty of saying the same thing too. And in terms of saying I'd like to give. Now, I'm already giving in every day in terms of myself and the advice and the knowledge that I've created and accumulated over the years to help people. But I think that the concept probably comes from the fact that you're not charging a fee for whatever you're giving. So I think that's where the give back comes, or that you're giving money to something or something. That's what they talk about in corporate world, to say give back. You're either giving a free something or you're giving money to somebody, and that's how they're framing give back, as opposed to receiving money, which there's obviously, to your point, is that they're taking, but they're not really taking, because there's a value exchange, as we discussed before.
Yeah, but clearly they feel that they're taking.
Correct.
And that's what points to the conflict between purpose and money. And if they put that kind of attitude and energy that goes into giving back into doing the business in the first place, if you had the same values around the business as you have around the giving back, we might not need to do nearly as much giving back as we have to do at the moment, because it almost feels like it's a compensation for what has been done in the name of business. Because although I say yes, every business has to provide products and services, at the same time, it is really easy in business, as we see, if you look at pollution, for example, if you look at all the main problems we face, they are fundamentally caused in the connection between business and people who buy from that business. Obviously, you don't have a business without customers. It all happens in there.